Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Dave from StructuredStrength.com, and we're going to be talking about pull-ups versus chin-ups, what you should be doing, what you should start with, what are the benefits of either one, and what are some mistakes we usually see. So a little bit of an all-encompassing pull-up video. Well, first thing first, if you're someone who always does pull-ups this way, or you only do, chin over the bar, wherever you want to call them, make sure you vary your grip, play around with it. You shouldn't just be locked into one. For anyone out there that's like my CrossFit crew, you're constantly doing stuff this way. It is great to kind of vary that grip, play around with it, get a little bit of a different stimulus. Now, the easiest thing to point out in a pull-up and chin-up is if I lift up my arm with a pull-up grip, so my palm's forward, my shoulder's very, very loose. And this is why pull-ups have a tendency to be harder. Because when I grip, I need to create tension in here to allow myself to pull without my shoulder floating up to my ear. If I just rotate my palm backwards like a chin-up grip, whoop, see how that just got sucked down? It's all tight. You can see I can't even raise my arm over a head if I have a chin-up grip. Pull-up grip is perfectly fine, right? See that difference? All that happens is now I create all this tension because the way my arm is rotating, the way the muscle's attached, don't get super complicated, plus someone out there's probably a physical therapist and they'll tell me I did it wrong. All it does is it creates more tension in your shoulder, so it's easier to pull. It's easier to pull and create that power to do a chin-up. Muscles are going to kind of sequence in a different way. Most people don't feel in their bicep more. What I find is people feel in their bicep more also have a hard time rotating their palms over, so you can see that one. So on this side, I dislocated my shoulder once. On this side, see how that doesn't quite go? Messed up this shoulder playing volleyball, broken, dislocated this wrist. So you can see the difference. I'm actually shaking trying to get that hand over, which means when I go to grab that bar, it is very tough for me to get my hands where they need to be, which is why sometimes people feel it in their elbow, because they're lacking that rotation, okay? So chin-ups are a little bit easier in the sense that it's easier to get tension at the bottom. It doesn't make the middle easier, it doesn't make the top easier, but that first initial pull gets easier because you'll see everything will tighten up. Even if I turn around, if I go pull-up grip, everything's loose, and then watch my shoulder, even my scap, as I rotate, it sucks down and in. So now I have a place to pull from, it makes it a little bit easier. All right, now when it comes to what you should start with, I'm actually going to say you shouldn't start with chin-ups or pull-ups. I'd rather see you start with holds and negatives. And believe it or not, I want you to do a chin-up position. Okay, so what I'm talking about is if you can't do this with just holding yourself up there, you can start with a box. Sorry, Abe, I'm going to walk over here quick. We're going to start a little different. We have so many people, when they start pull-ups and chin-ups, any type of thing, they try really, really hard, and they look like this at the top. So take a look at my shoulders, and they're like this, chicken necking. All right? A little chicken neck, shoulders are rounded forward, and they'll come down. And what part of life is this a strong position and something I want to work in? Take a look at my shoulders, how they're rounded forward. I'm all tweaked up. But then people build strength in that position, and then every time they do a pull-up, they kind of have that look where they're like, but I'm missing all this range of motion because I want to try and pull that bar almost all the way down to my collarbone. So what I'd rather see is when you start pull-ups and chin-ups, not to start with the concentric version, but let's start with isometrics and the eccentric version. So I'm going to step up on a box. I'm going to get a chin-up grip, whatever width is comfortable for you. Now, you just saw, for me, it's kind of tough sometimes the way it feels. I'm going to pull my shoulders back and down. I'm actually going to arch my back a little bit, and I'm just going to hold at the top. Now, this hold, do it one more time. Get everything set. The hold, I'm going to hold for the amount of time I can, as long as I can, as long as my shoulder doesn't start creeping forward, okay? We want to make sure everything stays back. Now, that might be a little different for you. You're probably really weak there, but it's also part of the reason why you look like this all the time, okay? Once you can do it, you can hold it for 10 seconds. Try and get your chest to the bar. That's really, really hard. We can start throwing in some negatives from that position as well. And we're going to do our negative in that arch still. So here I am. I'm going to lower myself down slowly with that arch. I actually have a hard time with this, but we'll see how I do. I'm going to jump myself up and lower myself down with that arch at first. Now, you might be told that, hey, you should hold a hollow position when you do a pull-up. You can, but when we start getting to stuff like chest to bar, when we start taking this and carrying over the strict ring muscle ups, that arch will happen. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Okay, because if you have a tendency to only do hollow hold position pull-ups, it doesn't always transfer over to everything, as well as people have a tendency to get stuck here with their shoulders as well. So we're going to start arched, and then the other variation, we can go hollow position while we do it. which makes it a little bit harder, to be honest. So if you're out there, you need to work on pull-ups and chin-ups, you don't know which one you should be doing first, let's start with those holds, move on to eccentrics, and then we can go on to regular pull-up grip pull-ups, parallel grip. We can transfer over to rings, have more fun. Now, if you're someone watching this and you're like, I don't have pull-ups, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do, very soon we're gonna launch a pull-up program for you, all right? So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe, comment below if you wanna make sure you get it first, and we'll message you, we'll try and get your email, we'll be able to set you up, get you ready, excuse me, cancel all that. Get you guys ready to go, sorry. I'll talk to you soon.